Hello again, guys. Welcome back. This is video number 5, and we are trying to find drawing a scale, or basically architectural drawing a scale for a work that we did here, and that was for lab 1. In my previous video, I showed you that what we mean by scaling a drawing, and we had scaling a view basically, and we had two options. One option was that shrinking the view and putting it here. We don't do it in model area, because if we do it here, we're changing geometry of the building, and we don't want to do that. Instead, we're gonna enlarge the frame, and we're gonna put it around the full scale layout that we have here. Another way was using layout, which is this one, and I just created NCD layout, means that this is D size, this is 34 by 22, and I put the view here. So in my previous video, what we did in the previous video, we just put a block around the view to cover everything in the view, and then we enlarge it 1.5 times, and the result is this green block that you see here. So now I have this block, and the units are inches, and this is the usable space on the sheet that I can put the view there. This is space, basically 21 by 28. So now I just did a calculation, and the ratio of 28 by 699 is 0.04, and ratio of 21, the height to this height, 561, is 0.037. And I said that between these two, this is larger. So we're gonna say that the scale factor roughly is around 0.04. Okay? Now I have the scale factor. What I wanted to find, architectural scale of the drawing. We did this before, do you remember? We had an example here before, and I said that this is the scale factor, and I want to find the architectural scale. What I did, I multiplied the scale factor that I found by 12 to find K, and K was that fractional number. Then I went to the fractional number chart and found A over B, or that fractional number. So I'm going to do the same thing here for my case here. This is the estimated scale factor. I multiply it by 12. So the result going to be 0.4800. So this is the fractional number that I have. Now I go to the chart with this number and try to find a number close to 0.4800. If you have a look, this number 31/64 and half, which is 32/64 basically, they are both of them very close to 0.48. So I'm gonna go with this one, which is more famous. So if you see that, for example, there's a number between here and here, it's better to go with this one, and you can try it, and you can, in AutoCAD, you can see that it's gonna work. So I'm gonna go with half. So my architectural a scale factor, a scale, gonna be basically ½ inch equal to 1 foot and 0 inches. If you want to calculate the scale factor, just by putting it in that formula that I just showed you a few minutes ago, you can find it and it's going to become 0.04167, which is very close to 0.040. Do you remember the one that I estimated? It was close to this. And if I calculate the inverse scale factor, it's going to become 2 times 12 divided by 1, inverse of this one basically. And it's going to become 24. So this 24 is very, very important for me. What this means? Let's go back to AutoCAD and try it out. So I'm back in AutoCAD here. And this is the frame that I have. And this is lab 1's drawing. So I'm gonna select this and I'm gonna scale. I can type in SC or just simply click on here. You can pick any point as the base point. I pick this point here as base point. And how many times you want to enlarge it? It was 24. So I just type it in 24. So this is the frame 24 times enlarged. I can move it, basically I can move this one or move whatever I have here to make sure that it's perfectly fit in this between. Okay, so you just need to shift this frame to right a little bit. I want to show you something interesting here too. If you go to layout here, this is something that I did it personally. If I come here, the scale for me is ½ inch equal to 1 foot. So I have different scales listed here. And if I go with, let's say, 3/4 equal to 1 foot, it's going to be very large. If I go with 3/8 equal to 1 inch, it's going to be small. Ignore the frame that you see here. Just imagine that I'm going to delete this frame. And if I do it manually to see that which one is the best for me, the number that I read here is 0.04 something. Do you remember 0.04? That's the same scale factor that you had from your own calculation. Okay? So I think I've answered your questions regarding this. The only thing which is left here, just imagine I put this one again, 1/4 equal to 1 foot. Sorry, ½ inch equal to 1 foot. So I have this one. This is perfect. Just imagine that, as I said, this frame is not there. Delete the frame. Let's go back to our way, which is for our class CAD290. We're doing it this way. Just imagine this is the answer and we have this one. Now you want to plot this. When you plot this, basically you are again shrinking everything 24 times smaller than whatever you see on the screen. Now the text here right now is something that you can read it, but if you shrink everything 24 times smaller, probably it's going to be difficult to read the text or read the dimensions or hatches or those kind of things that were annotative objects. So here, for those kind of things, as I said, you need to just multiply them by the inverse scale factor, or sometimes we call it just simply a scale factor. So that 24, you have to multiply this one by 24, this one by 24. How it can be done in annotate. So it annotates, you can see this 24 here, Tim did this, is 24. This 24 is coming from that scale factor. This is a scale factor of 24. This is for text, and this side is for dimension. The method that I just explained to you in my videos today, they were based on calculation. So you don't need any chart for finding a scale of a drawing. But there are other ways too, like the method that Tim mentioned it to you. So in his video, if you go to Blackboard, by the way, you can see this video. I've already uploaded the video for you in Blackboard too. So this is the way that Tim is doing this. So what is he doing? This is the object, and he drew a diagonal line here. So he scales it up 1.5 times larger, and this gives you the second block that I just drew. And after that, he do the calculation and uses the chart. So let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look at here. This is a D size sheet, and D size sheet is 34 by 22. This 22, the usable space for us was 21. 34, here said 33, but in reality, you remember that we had title block on the side. It became 28, right? So basically from here, you can find the scale. The scale that we have here is this one. And if you follow this row and you go under D size, you will see what size of plan is working for that scale. Okay, so but just remember that this is a different building. Okay, this is not the one that we are working on. So if you want to see the video, related video, just please go to SharePoint and watch Lab 1 videos. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy this beautiful summer and at the same time learn something from this class.